We are here at Camp Swatara in Bethel, PA. This is a family favorite campground we came to annually as a kid. We're going to show you around, show you some of the amenities and why we love this place. This is our first time backing in what our children have named Big Boy. We had a pop-up last year and we upgraded to this big guy. So we're gonna see how Seth does backing this guy in. We're walking the sites here. We're going to show you some of the upper loop. This is site G11 on the right corner of the loop. And right here beside is our site. We are in G12, tucked back in there. They're pretty nice sites. They're not real spaced apart, but this is the group camping area, so we are up here with friends and kind of come to be together. And then that's G13 beside us. And this whole loop up here is all group sites looped around the pavilion in the middle. So it's one big circle, it's pretty open, but if you're coming with a group, it's a great area to have a big pavilion in the middle. The pavilion also has a kitchen and a bathroom, toilet bathroom, no shower in it. So it's a nice space for that. And then over here, right across from the upper loop, is a lot of seasonal campsites. I think most of these are seasonal.
The black doggy likes me.
And then we'll walk down to some of the lower sites. We're just past the C loop of sites here now. This is site number 9, straight ahead with the tent, I think, or 9's the open one here. There's also a pretty new looking bathhouse up here. Haven't been in that yet, but maybe we'll check it out. Another pavilion. And then these sites are kind of tent, pop-up RV, all up around this loop. This is right past the C loop with the cabins.
You're right, I can go.
Here's sites, it looks like 16 right in front of us, 14 over there with the tents. So there's some more tent RV sites at the top of this loop above the cabins. This is playground number 2, the lower playground. Catching it quick while it's raining a bit and no kids are on it. We'll see if we can get the upper one later, but there was quite a bit of activity on it that I didn't want to disturb or capture this morning. But this is the lower playground, and it even has nice big seesaws that some kids are playing on over here too. Here is the camp store office at the front of the campground. You can buy wood in there. It was padlocked last night after closing hours, so I'm not sure if the store has to be open to purchase it, but it's a nice little store. Has some of the things you would need in there. And then right around the back is the trail to the primitive tent sites, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. This little walk takes you back to the primitive campsites. We actually stayed in one of these a couple years back, and Seth and I, and they're nice, spacious, really wooded and secluded sites. If you're tenting, they're really, really great sites. They would not be compatible for driving any kind of travel trailer or pop-up anything back into, but they have little bathrooms right here just for the tents. I think they're just toilets, not showers in there. But here's the first site. They're really nice, open, secluded. You're not even all that close to your neighbors around you. You can see the next site through the trees here. We really liked these sites when we were tenting. They're away from the noise too. You don't get even the kids on bikes and things like that. We'll show you one quick glimpse here of all the tent sites back in here.
Now.
These are all in the loop behind the store, and they're all designed for tent campers. And some of the hiking trails, the trailhead is right at the end of this loop as well, which was really convenient when we were there. And on the other side of the store, there's a little creek with a nice bridge over it, and right behind that bridge is pond area where it's closed this weekend due to weather. It's spitting rain right now, but they have boat rentals and you can do some boating over there. So there's also sites along the main drive here. When you come in right to the right, this is site number 2. I see site number 4 up here beyond it with the truck, and I think this is 3 right down from the playground. So we've never stayed in these. They're not quite as private. You get a lot of traffic from kids on bikes and things down through here, but they're still nice, spacious sites. This is the other bathhouse up near the volleyball pool splash pad area, which we'll show you then some. We'll go in and see if I can grab any quick pictures of what the inside is like. This one is not quite as clean. It's always a little bit dirty, but the showers are hot. The pressure's pretty good. So this is the bathhouse up by the volleyball. And yes, we like the pink doors. Open field area right down from the group sites. You can see way down there where all those cars are is that bathhouse. So this is behind that. And right in the far corner there, see if we can zoom at all, that's the pool and splash pad area that we will visit later. But this is a really nice area. A lot of people set up volleyball nets. There's basketball down a ways. And there's also a playground close to the pavilion down there too. So really nice open area for any kind of yard games, volleyball. There's a soccer net over there. And then the pool and splash pad. Here we are sitting just counting down until the pool opens for the next 30 minutes. So I think she's going to be counting for a while, but she's pretty eager. We're down at the pool here. It's pretty rainy. The kids are crazy and they're still in even though it's cold. You can see the mist over kind of the mountain here. That's our group of sites in the distance, the group loop. And there is a hike that we've done in the past up near the top of this mountain, the overlook hike. That's a little difficult. I wouldn't take our real little kids, but still doable. And we've gone up there and you get a nice view down off that misty mountain.
Is it 4 feet deep?
Yep, it is.
I want to go check it out. I want to check it out, Mommy. I want to check how I swim.
Splash pad is not working this weekend. They said there's some electrical problems, but hopefully in the future it will be. The kids have had fun with this in the past. We're at a bad angle looking through the fence from the pool here, but there's also mini golf, and I'm not sure what the hours on that are. We don't often do it. You do have to pay, I believe, to get in there and do it, but it's well kept and it's a nice little mini golf course. So we're sitting inside our camper while it's spitting rain a little bit, and the kids ran off with some family members outside. So we're just gonna do a quick video here. Some pros and cons to Camp Swatara, what we like, what we don't like. I've been coming here annually for many years since I was a kid. Took a break for a while, but have been back at least once a year for the last 3 years, 4 maybe. So this is kind of a local favorite weekend spot for us. I will say pros, it's a really good weekend spot. There's a lot for the kids to do. There's a lot of amenities. They have a splash pad. They recently put in pools as well down there, which is really nice. There's multiple playgrounds. There's mini golf. There's basketball. Lots of bike riding area for the kids. What am I missing in terms of pros for a weekend spot? maybe that's it. Bathhouses are pretty nice. We used to use them a lot until we got the camper that we're sitting in now, and now we can be pretty self-sufficient, which is amazing. But yeah, it's a nice weekend spot. The spaces are not, it depends where you are. Some are real spaced out, some are a little bit closer, but they're all pretty nice. I feel like almost any site you get, you can't go too wrong.
And we've done all the different spots, the primitive tent camping, like backwoods, very nice and wooded, spacious. You kind of feel like you have your own secluded spot.
Yeah, those are nice.
Then we did the partial hookups, electric and water, with our pop-up camper. Still nice and wooded, kind of feel like you have your own spot. And now we have a bigger rig, a 30-foot camper, and it was very easy to back in. I'm pretty new to backing in, and it was just kind of nice and spacious. So I would say the spaces themselves are fairly big. You don't feel like you're really trying to squeeze in.
It's a very family-friendly campground too. You'll see kids all over the place riding bikes. The playgrounds are always hopping with kids. If you're camping for a weekend getaway with young kids, you'll feel right at home. There's plenty for them to do, and plenty of safe space for them to be riding around and engaged with things. I will say that's also one of the cons in a way. It's a great campground for weekend getaway with kids. If you are looking for more nature-loving, secluded camping, this isn't so much the place to come. There's a lot of activity, at least on the weekends in the summer season when we've come. A lot of kids riding around on bikes, a lot of noise that way. Not necessarily obnoxious noise, but just a lot of people, a lot of families. If you're in the primitive tent sites, I would say that's the only area you're going to feel secluded in nature, even on the peak weekends. But I would say that's a con in a way, depending on what you're coming for, that the rest of the time here there's a lot of people around, a lot of kids.
There are a few trails too, if you want to just kind of get out and hike, get away from the crowd. It ranges from pretty easy, leisurely hike to a pretty strenuous, like uphill through rock piles.
That's what it's called, the rock pile hike.
You're rewarded with a pretty view from the top, and then it actually meets up with the Appalachian Trail. So there's a lot to do.
Yeah, we've done some of the hiking trails on other occasions, not this weekend, but there's quite a range of easy to more difficult hikes. Yeah.
There's a little camp store. You can buy some firewood. This year it's $8 a bundle. You have to only are able to buy the firewood during the camp when the store is open. But I think that's pretty standard.
At least this year. In the past, they had a cash drop box, so I don't know what the standard will be moving forward. But this year, the store had to be open. And they have ice down there and some general camping and food supplies and things like that.
There's also a pond for fishing and to pay a little bit if you want to get out on a canoe.
So, in general, we like Camp Swatara. We like it as a weekend getaway. I don't know that I'd want to come here for a longer stay. And we don't come to see attractions in the area. We come more for just a recreational, relaxing weekend away kind of thing. And as I mentioned earlier too, there's a group ring up here that's nice, and that's where we are this week, staying with family and friends. So, great campground overall, some cons, but one of our favorite destinations for a weekend away.